What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. First and foremost, I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope everyone had a great March, and I hope everyone had a great Easter if you do celebrate it. But we're now in April, so it's time to get back to business. And as you guys know, March Madness has been happening in March. You know, March Madness happens in March, obviously. But this is legitimately the first year that I've ever actually legitimately paid a lot of attention to March Madness. Like, this is my first year actually doing so, and I gotta tell you, I've had a ton of fun doing it, especially when I've watched NC State games. DJ Burns is one of the most fun players I've ever watched, ever, just in general as a basketball player. He's just so much fun to watch. He's easy to root for. When I first saw him, I was like, there's no way this dude can ball or whatever, and man, I was quickly surprised. The dude has some game to him. So I thought after, they just upset Duke yesterday. They're into the Final Four now. I thought it would be really cool since he probably won't make it to the NBA. I imagine he won't get in the NBA, but who knows? Maybe he will. I wanted to go ahead and put him in the NBA anyway, specifically as lottery pick, and rebuild a team around DJ Burns, because that's just how great of a fun player he is. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subs at the moment, so your subscription would be greatly appreciated to help us reach that goal. If you don't know who DJ Burns is, if you've never heard of him, I encourage you to just watch some NC State. Well, there's only potentially only 2 more games to watch of him if they do end up beating Purdue, which I cannot wait to watch Zach Edey versus DJ Burns. But he's a ton of fun, man. Like I said, I don't watch college basketball at all. I haven't really in the past few years. I've never really paid much attention to March Madness, but this year I finally decided to do so. And DJ Burns is a lot of fun to watch. I'll say that. So right now, it doesn't really matter what roster we're on. What basically we're going to do is he's in this draft class. I put him in this draft class, in the 2024 draft class. And whoever he gets drafted to is who we're going to go ahead and start rebuilding with. So whoever he gets drafted to, that's where we're going to go take him. And or that's what we're going to take over and build around DJ Burns and try to make him a star, get him a championship in the NBA. Will he ever make it to the NBA? I have no idea. My gut tells me no, just because you don't really ever see that type of archetype in the NBA. But who knows? Maybe he does as a undrafted player or whatever. But let's go ahead, simulate to the end of this season. Let's get into the draft lottery. Let's see where DJ Burns goes, and then we can obviously start the video from there. But yeah, I cannot wait to do this video. This is going to be a ton of fun. Today's video is brought to you by DGF's Optimizer. If you're playing on apps such as Underdog, Price Picks, or any other DFS apps, you should definitely have this tool to help you find good plays without having to do any research whatsoever. What it does, it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books, and it gives you good plays right in front of your face. They have all kinds of sports on here as well to choose from. They even have esports if you're into that stuff. But for example, there's not a ton of good examples on the board at this moment, but there's no discrepancies here. But Matt Waldron, every single book is favoring the over of him over 3.5 pitcher strikeouts, something like that. You have Caden Martin as well, over 12.5 points. I think Iowa plays LSU tonight, so Kaylin Clark versus Angel Reese again. I've never really watched women's basketball either, but I may watch that just because of the what happened last year. But whatever, that's besides the point. Jabari Walker over 8.5 rebounds, assists every book. You get the point. It gives you good plays right in front of you. You don't have to do any research whatsoever. It's such a good tool to have. It's so clutch. Ever since I've started using this tool, man, I am such a profitable sports bettor. It's actually insane. It's night and day of what I used to be. Of course, apps I use with this tool are like Prize Picks, which will start here. So Prize Picks, use code Crushables and match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. How Prize Picks works is you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. Of course, they have all kinds of sports to choose from. Baseball is back as well. I got NBA, NHL. They got they also had USFL, if you're into that. Over the weekend they had that. They have soccer, esports, all kinds of stats and sports to choose from. You really can't go wrong using Prize Picks. It gives you an extra sweat while you watch any sport that you want. So like I said, use code Crushables and match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Also use code Crushables on DGF's Optimizer, 25% off your first month. And last but not least, Dabble. Dabble is another really cool app such as Prize Pick. But one thing about Dabble that Prize Pick doesn't have is you can copy people's entries with a click of a button. They also have an 1,000x payout if you go 12 for 12 on an entry, which would be absolutely insane if you could ever hit that. But yeah, really cool feature. Like I say, copy people's entries with a click of a button. You don't even have to make your own entries if you don't want to. Use code CRUSH10 over on Dabble. There is a link down in the description below. They give you $10 literally just for signing up. So you could go ahead, sign up, get that $10, and maybe never have to deposit if you're able to use that $10 and maybe you take that $10 and try to hit an 1,000x payout or something crazy like that. But let's go ahead, get back to the rebuild, sign up for all these apps if you feel the need to. Other than that, let's get back to the video. So none of this really matters, of course. We got to get to the DJ Burns show. Here are all your awards. Usually they're about the same, but regardless, go see who wins the championship really quickly, and then we can get straight into where does DJ Burns go? Because I think I made him good enough to be the #1 overall pick in this draft, which is kind of funny. But Celtics Timberwolves is your finals. Let's see who wins it. It is going to be the Celtics in 7. All right. Player retirements. LeBron James is going to retire. He did make some comments about retiring yesterday. I'll override it once. Al Horford, Lowry are also retiring. But let's go straight to... I guess we can look and see if Popovich is trying to retire. I know, of course, he is going to keep coaching with the Spurs. So we can go ahead and keep that out of the way. But draft lottery time. So, I don't know if Burns is actually going to go #1 overall. But if he is, I kind of want to see who's going to get the right to draft him. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Let's see who gets #1. It's going to be the Hornets. Okay, that's interesting. So, we could be the Charlotte Hornets. And maybe they'll draft DJ Burns or Detroit or Raptors. So, definitely some interesting options here. Staff signing, Monty Williams. I really hope he doesn't go to Toronto because that would be a terrible fit. I don't think him and Barnes would be a fantastic fit whatsoever. But we'll figure it out. So let's go to Shot Doctor. And let's see if we could fill it. Why am I filling this out? I might not even be the Pistons. I'm just like so used to going to the motions of filling out the staff. But let's go to the draft. We may not even be the Pistons. Why am I trying to help them? All right, so let's see where DJ Burns goes. #1 overall. I hope... Oh, he does. Let's go. I feel like Charlotte's such a good fit for him anyway. So we can go take over the Charlotte Hornets now. I'm very, very excited about that. DJ Burns, LaMelo Ball, and Brandon Miller. That sounds like a ton of fun. 77 overall coming out of this draft. He is 24 years old, but he went #1 overall for a reason. Obviously, I downloaded like a player DNA, juiced his stats like crazy a little bit. I definitely still made it to like his skill type. Don't get me wrong. I didn't give him like a A+ 3-point shot or anything like that, but I'm definitely excited to see what I could do with DJ Burns and the Hornets. And now that we got the Hornets, we got to change the background, man. We're not red anymore. We're the baby blue. That's more like it. We are now going to go ahead and, of course, sign DJ Burns to his rookie contract. Here are your player options. Mark Williams, Bertans, JT Thor. We're going to go ahead and accept all of those. Bertans will decline as well. Qualifying offers, Amari Bailey will extend the offer on. And then free agency, we have, I know Miles Bridges is going to be a free agent. I'm actually going to let him walk just because I don't know if he'll resign with Charlotte or not. Obviously, that remains to be seen. But since we're going to have DJ Burns, I want him to start immediately. So we're going to let Miles Bridges just walk. Nick Richards, Mark Williams is our center rotation. Looks good to me. Burns, of course, Grant Williams is my power forward rotation. Looks great to me as well. Brandon Miller, Bryce McGowan, and then you got Trey Mann, Cody Martin, and then Mitchich and LaMelo. So, of course, LaMelo, he can't seem to stay healthy for a full season, which is definitely concerning, but we won't have to worry about that today too much. So I guess what we'll do to start things off is we're going to move Cody Martin to small forward. Let's start there. So Cody Martin will move to the 3. He's going to go up to a 78 overall, which will help out a rotation a ton. What we need to figure out is our shooting guard. Who is going to start the shooting guard? Obviously, we need someone who could space the floor very much, because Burns, one thing this man could do is he can pass the hell out of the ball in the post when teams start trying to double team him. So let's go see if we can go get a good shooting guard. So we have Malik Monk, who, of course, played in Charlotte once upon a time. Of course, shot 35% from 3 last year. I want a knockdown shooter. Buddy Hield, of course, is that. Gary Trent Jr. also 39% from 3. Kind of like the idea of Gary Trent Jr. here. But let's see if there's any other guard that's not showing me. So point guards, Manu Quickly, Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Russell. I mean, Russell, of course, has been very, very good from 3 this year, 41%. I don't know if I love his fit, though, on this team. Shooting guards-wise, Maxey, of course, not going to be possible. Klay Thompson, of course, has been a knockdown shooter most of his career. But I think I'm going to go Gary Trent. I think Gary Trent Jr. would fit really nicely here. So I'm going to give Gary Trent Jr. a 4-year deal. Even if he doesn't sign long or start long term, I think he's a really good bench player. So love the addition of Gary Trent Jr. to start this rebuild. So Gary Trent makes a ton of sense, fits very well for what we need right now. And I'm feeling good about that. So we have Burns. We're not doing much else. The only thing we did is sign Gary Trent. We got DJ Burns in the draft. We can go straight to player progression. And I'm curious and excited to see how this is going to go. So we have, of course, Melo up to an 90. Brent Miller up to an 85. Mark Williams up to an 83. Gary Trent 79. Trey Mann up. Nick Richards up. And then Cody Grant Williams are up. So that's great. Burns, I don't really know how he's going to do. I have no clue, but I'm excited to figure it out. So let's get straight in this next season. He's on the Charlotte Hornets now with LaMelo and Brandon Miller. Gary Trent. Plenty of knockdown shooters, which is great because we definitely need that around him. I would ideally like a center who could shoot as well next to him, but it's all good for right now. So let's get into 2025. Let's load the 2025 draft. Let's get straight into this next season. We do have to cut one player here, and that's gonna unfortunately have to be Seth Curry, just because Del Curry was a legend here. I think we're going to just cut Leaky Black. That probably makes the most sense. So we'll go ahead and see what else we got. So power ranking is going to last 20 seconds. So not the worst in the world. I definitely want to probably get rid of Steve Clifford eventually. I want to see what Burns' best fit is. I definitely want to, admire to his skill set. Looks like pace and space works pretty well, though, for him. So I'm going to leave it at that. So he is starting. He's getting 33 minutes right away. So that should be a ton of fun. So Melo, Trey Mann. If someone to start Trey Mann, I am going to start Gary Trent Jr., though, just because I think he fits much better there. Trey Mann, Cody Martin, Nick Richards, and then Grant Williams. That all looks really good to me. Proficiency, we already looked at, and then shot tendency. So I don't know what Burns' shot tendency is, but LaMelo's a 96. Burns is only a 50. So I'm going to boost that up just a tad bit. I don't want him shooting more than like LaMelo and Brandon Miller, don't get me wrong, but I definitely want him, to definitely shoot a little bit more. So we'll do something like that. He'll have a 75 shot tendency to start things off. And then one other thing I want to do is I think I want to send Nick Smith to the G League since he's not playing regular minutes right now. So other than that, I will see you guys at the end of year one. I'm curious and excited to see how this is going to go. DJ Burns, first year in the NBA. What could possibly go wrong? We should be able to hopefully be a play-in team. That'd be awesome. The year number one comes to an end. Jokic is MVP. Nikola is your rookie of the year on the Raptors. Miles Bridges, sixth man on the Magic. Victor Wembanyama, defensive player. Christian Brown, most improved. And Edwards, clutch player. Mark is your coach of the year. And executive goes to John Murphy. So, does Burns make an all-rookie first team? That's what truly matters to me right now. And he does. So, how did he do? 16 points. Oh, that's per 36. He did 15 points per game. Not too bad. 48% from the field. He even shot some threes. It looks like 27%. Hopefully he didn't attempt too many. 76% free throw percentage. Not too shabby, though. 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Not a bad rookie year out of him. I will definitely take that. Unfortunately for us, though, we did, unfortunately, end up missing the plan, which sucks, but we'll be there eventually. So here are your player stats. You had 26 from LaMelo, 19 or 20 from Brandon Miller, 15 from DJ Burns, 12 from Trey Mann, 11 from Gary Trent Jr., 10 from Mark Williams, and 8 from Nick Richards. Not ideally where we wanted to be. We finished up just on the cusp of being in the plan. Very, very close. We were the 11th seed, so literally 5 games out of the plan. So that's definitely still a significant amount. But we were 11th seed. I guess I can be all right with that. So let's see who goes to win the championship. Philadelphia is going to the finals. They're playing the Thunder, and the 76ers lose to the Thunder in 6 games. All right. LeBron James is going to hang it up this time around. We go to the lottery. I'm pretty sure that's going to say our pick is going to San Antonio, but I know for a fact that Charlotte's pick is protected. I believe it's like top 10, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see if we find a way to jump up in the lottery. That'd be awesome. So wow. Okay, we get number 1. I know it says it's going to the Spurs, but we had like the 9th best odds, and we got the number 1 overall pick. So we can add Cooper Flagg to this equation, which just sounds absolutely insane. Wow. DJ Burns with Cooper Flagg, LaMelo, and Brandon Miller. What could that's awesome. So I'm gonna go get back my pick from the Spurs. Steve Clifford. Do I fire you? What are the options right now? Let's see what the candidates are. Is this the good offseason with all the real head coaches? It is. I think you gotta go. I never liked how they brought you back anyway. So yeah, you gotta go. So head coach wise, let's see what we're gonna get. So we can go, of course, Will Hardy, Steve Clifford, Taylor Jenkins, Frank Vogel. Give me Frank Vogel if he'll sign that. I don't even know if he's gonna sign that. So let's go ahead and try to give another coaching offer out. Of course, you can never go wrong with Jenkins or Will Hardy. Give me Will Hardy if I need to, but if Frank Vogel signs it, he does not. So we'll just go Will Hardy. Burn defensive coach. We'll grab Mr. Goldman, and then I will fill out the rest of this coaching staff, and I will see you guys on draft night. With obviously we're taking it, with the first overall pick, which of course you guys should already know. You know who we're taking. We're taking Cooper Flagg. There's no question. So let's go ahead and fill this out. So jumping into this 2025 draft with this number 1 overall pick, as I mentioned, it's obvious who we were taking. Cooper Flagg gets added to this equation, which is just kind of insane. We'll take Nikola in the second round as well. And this team is about to be very, very good next year. We get an 81 overall Cooper Flagg, Nikola, Kyle Boswell. I'll sign Nikola to his rookie contract. Mitchich, I'm okay with declining now. I think Nick Smith Jr. will be ready next year, so I'm cool with that. And then player our qualifying offers Trey Mann. I do want to bring back Trey Mann. I think he was a really good get from the Thunder, so we're going to bring him back. Although he wants $50 million, which is quite a lot. Do we have like Tatum money? No, but that would be funny if we did. Mitchell. Okay, so this is going to be interesting how we're going to do the rotation now, because obviously Brandon Miller, Cooper Flagg are going to start. Do we move? I mean, one of them's going to have to play shooting guard. I think it's going to have to be Brandon Miller probably. So Brandon Miller does go down, but we're going to move him to shooting guard. So it'll be LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith, Gary Trent, Brandon Miller, Cooper Flagg, Cody Martin, and then Bryce McGowan's Nicola. And then you have DJ Burns, Grant Williams, and then Mark Williams, Nick Richards. So that all looks really good. So the only player I guess I'm looking to get is Trey Mann. We just bring Trey Mann back, and we call it an offseason. So I'm cool with that. I mean, we had Cooper Flagg with, getting lucky in the lottery. I think that's a pretty damn good offseason in my opinion. We could also bring Caleb Martin back to Charlotte, but I don't think that's necessary at the moment. So I don't know how I'm going to do the rotation. I guess Gary Trent Jr. is someone we could move. That way Trey Mann gets minutes. Gary Trent only shot 35% from 3 last year anyway. So yeah, I actually think I'm okay with trading Gary Trent somewhere else. That way Trey Mann gets those back up 2 minutes. And Gary Trent can go play somewhere else. So let's see if we can get whatever. I don't even know what I'm really looking for here. But just, maybe a second or something. So Melton in a first. Dyson Daniels and Hawkins. Chua. Jock Landale. Got a first round pick from Houston. I'm okay with this. Jock Landale would never play for us. Now, a 2026 Brooklyn unprotected is pretty insane. I mean, Garrett Trent, I can't really say or confidently say he'd be worth a first-round pick. So I'm going to say maybe a couple seconds gets it done. We get Landale as well. So I'll do something like that. That way Garrett Trent's going somewhere else. And we got minutes to Trey Mann. And I'm excited about Nick Smith's future for this team. So that's what we're rolling with. We got a third-string center now just in case, injuries. Obviously, we play with injuries off. But, in a real-life sense, having a third-string center is necessary. But Brent Miller's up. DJ Burns did not move at all, which actually is really disappointing because I wanted him to go up like crazy. So I guess we're going to have to progress him ourselves, aren't we? So I'm going to do that. DJ Burns is going to go up even more because I want this man to become a stud. I guess I should have messed with his peak or his potential, which I thought I already did, but I guess I'll mess with it again. So we're only a 3-star balanced with this rotation currently, which is a little disappointing, but here is what it's looking like. So got LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Cooper Flagg, DJ Burns, Mark Williams first, and then Trey Mann, Nick Richards, Cody Martin, Nick Smith Jr., and then Grant Williams is not getting minutes right now. So I think what we'll do at the deadline is we're probably going to try to get a center who can shoot from 3 because I think we need someone who can space the floor. As much as I like Mark Williams, we need someone who will space the floor. That way he fits next to Burns perfectly. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Cooper Flagg is as good as it can get as far as a young core is concerned. I like that a lot. Obviously, Burns' minutes have been reduced because of the 3 guys we have up here, which is fine. I think that's, justifiable. Let's go ahead, keep simulating, and if I see you guys at the deadline, which is definitely possible as we start 1-3 on the season, so not off to a good start, but hopefully things turn around. I will see you guys at the deadline, maybe to make a trade for a brand new center. So I'm looking at the San Antonio Spurs here, and you're probably thinking, how on earth are you going to get Victor Wembanyama? I know I'm not getting Wemby. Of course, he'd be fantastic if we could somehow trade for him, but that's not going to happen. What I'm looking at more is Miles Turner. Obviously, one of those guys who could shoot the 3 ball from the center position. So I'm kind of looking at him as the backup to Wembanyama right now. Of course, Wemby would be a grand prize, but that's just not going to happen. So Grant Williams is on my bench, though, and I just don't think he's going to play much longer for us. So we're going to go ahead and try to flip him here and get Miles Turner for Grant Williams. So let's see if they accept this straight up. They say no, I will trade a second, and they agree. So just like that, very easy. We get Miles Turner, who is going to easily fit our center position nicely. So now he'll play the starting center. He's going to fit perfectly for what we need. Mark Williams off the bench. And that's going to kick Nick Richards out of the rotation because we don't need 3 centers, of course, playing in the rotation. It'll be Cody Martin getting those minutes instead. Now that we have Miles Turner and Mark Williams, we could trade Nick Richards now and get a, I don't know, like I don't know if I could sit here and say he's worth a first-round pick. But yeah, I can't say that. Dalton Knight as a project player in the background, though, I would absolutely take. Now, I'm not trading a first-round pick, though, to do this. If you want a first, I will gladly say no every time. I'll trade you a couple seconds, though. They want a 3rd second. We get Dalton Knight. Sure, why not? We'll do that. So Dalton Knight's going to be a player that we can, obviously develop in the background to eventually take over the Martin role. So let's go ahead and send him to the G League for the rest of the year, which I guess we can't. Maybe we don't have enough players under contract. I don't know. Let's see. Do we need to sign anybody else to do that? Or is it just like too late to do any of that? So let's see. I'm going to sign, not target list. I don't need this guy on my target list. Can I move him to G League now? Or is it just way too late? So let's see. Dalton Knight. There we go. We can do it now. So boom. Just like that. We got our rotation. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Cooper Flagg, Burns, Miles Turner, Mark Williams, Trey Mann, Nick Smith, and Cody Martin. Let's go ahead, continue to simulate. We're 32-18 on the season right now, so things are going very, very well. Now we have Miles Turner, who fits this rotation perfectly. I'm excited to see if this thing turns up, which we started off 0-3 We get a win against the Grizzlies. We get a loss, a W, a loss. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We're probably going to be in the playoffs still, but, you know, right now at the deadline, we're losing a bunch of games. So Cooper Flagg does win Rookie of the Year, which is great to see. We fell down the standings a little bit, but we're still in the playoffs is what truly matters. Maybe getting Miles Turner wasn't the right move. Maybe I didn't need to worry about the spacing that much, but we did what we did. It's already done. We end up as the 5th seed in the East going up against Cleveland in round 1, so I'm definitely curious to see how this is going to go. We're going to shrink maybe the bench utilization down just a little bit, even more to 40. So let's see how this goes. Take a look at the end of the season stats as well. So you had 21 from Brandon Miller, 20, 18, and 14, and then 12, 11, 11. So a lot of double-digit scoring here across rotation. Cleveland in round 1, though, so let's see if we can come out here and take down the Cavs. Obviously got a tough task in front of us. Now, they did lose Evan Mobley, which is interesting. Man, I wonder if I could have brought Evan Mobley in here instead. I don't know where he went, but man, if I could bring Evan Mobley on this rotation, I'd feel very good. But wow, we sweep the Cavs. Okay. Even though we fell down the standings, we sweep them. Now we get the Pacers, of course, don't have Miles Turner anymore. They let him go. They have Jamal Murray now, which is interesting. So Murray and Halliburton as a backcourt would be fun for sure. But, you know, right now Nembhard is starting at the 2 while Murray's coming off the bench. So whatever. Somebody come around against them. We're down, or we actually are in an even series. So let's see if we can come out here and, you know, go up to game 5 or go to game 6 with a lead here. So we had the lead for a second, but we let it go. We take it back, though, and we are going to finish this game 126 to 122. DJ Burns only had literally, did he have, wait, did I pass him? I must have passed him. He had 20, oh, he had 29. He was at the top of the board. I didn't even see him. Right now in the playoffs, let's see. What is he averaging in the playoffs right now? Playoff stats, 17 points per game, 45% from 3. Absolutely. That's crazy. I mean, he averaged 27 in the actual season, so I'm sure it's just a small sample size. But let's see if we can win game 6, and we do. We're in the East Conference Finals already, and now we get to play the Detroit Pistons. So we got Ron Holland, Asar, Ivy, Cade, James Wiseman. Definitely have our work cut out for us here. But we are going to beat them in 7. We almost blew a 3-0 lead, it looked like there. Or was a 3-1 lead? I don't know. But I was very close to losing that series. But now we get to play the Mavericks, who of course have Luka Doncic, who absolutely went bananas yesterday against Houston, just making the most absurd shots. It's absolutely crazy. When Luka's hot, there's no stopping him. But let's see if we can beat them. Game. Oh, I did not mean to click simulate current round, but you know what? I think we won. Didn't we win? Yeah, we did. But Luka won Finals MVP. So we got a championship already out of the way, which is awesome. Now, I actually want to keep going for one. I at least want to do one more season because I want to see if Burns will actually progress as much as I think he will. So we're going to do one more season, but it definitely feels great to get the championship out of the way right there. I mean, the core we have is just pretty damn insane. So I'm not too surprised we got a championship already. Of course, our pick is going to the Spurs this year. Will Hardy, still the head coach. That all looks good. So the only thing we need to figure out is a wing whisperer, and then we're good. Coaching staff will be filled. So we can go to Mr. Robertson and sign him. And now we can go straight to draft night. Actually, to player options because we don't have a draft pick, as I mentioned. Look at Taco falling the right there, man. Brandon Miller, DJ Burns, Nick Smith, and then Dalton Knight. So we're going to sign all those guys. Qualifying offers, Amari Bailey, McGowan's, Mark Williams. Of course, I do want to sign Mark Williams back. If Martin is a free agent as well, which he isn't because I believe I extended him. But I think I'm cool with, I think I'm ready for, well, Mark Williams wants a bag, but that's fine. So we'll sign him. So I think I'm fine with Dalton Knight potentially being the starting or the backup small forward next year. As long as G League progress him. We'll see if that is the case. But right now, I think we have a full rotation. I guess we could sign a power forward. We could definitely use a 4, so I'll do that really quickly. Let's bring Cody Martin's brother in. Why not? Now that we have a power forward role, you know, vacant, we could bring Martin, the other Martin, back to Charlotte. And let's see if this time Burns progresses like I think he will. He should go up in overall anyway. So let's see if that is the case. He is going to go up to nothing. So I'm going to have to manually progress him once again. I'm going to put him up to an 84. I think that's fair. Just keep him progressing. For whatever reason, I mean, ooh, I don't want to click that. Well, let's see what I'm doing wrong. Let's see if I got something going wrong. So, I don't know, man. Potential is there. It's just simply not progressing. I don't know why. Maybe I would have to put the boom percent to, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. You guys see the potential is there. For whatever reason, 2K is just not progressing him. I'll fix it my damn self. I'll see you guys at the end of next season because the rotation is about to be the same. The only other difference is Dalton Knight is now going to play some backup 3. Other than that, I'll see you guys at the end of next season to see if we can make it 2 in a row. So at the end of this season, Will Hardy is 16-22 Coach of the Year. You guys know what? I just realized today is April 1st. It is April Fool's Day. I did not do an April Fool's joke. I should have been one of those YouTubers that's like, bye guys, I'm deleting my channel. I quit YouTube, like blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you'll see that a lot today. But I didn't do that today, and I'm probably not going to do that at all. But first team in the Eastern Conference, let's take a look at the player stats. Let's see what it ended up being. So yeah, 21 from Cooper Flag, 21 from Brandon Miller, 19 from Melo, 15 for DJ Burns, 11 for Nick Smith, 11 for Miles Turner, and then 10 from Trey Mann. So I'm trying to make it back-to-back here. We get Cleveland again. We were able to beat them last year, so let's make her around once again against Cleveland. We sweep them out of the water. Now we get the Wizards, who have Casey Wallace, Evan Mobley, Alex Sard. Damn, what a front court that is. This actually could be a tough series. They have a really good roster. Washington, round of applause, man. They've done a good job rebuilding this roster because this looks like a contender rather than what they had with Bradley Beal and John Wall for all those years. Although, that 1 year of John Wall and Beal was special. Somebody current round, 2-0 so far. And are we going to sweep this Wizards team? No, they get 1 on us. They get 2 on us. Are they going to even it up? No, we beat them in 6. All right, now we get the Knicks. The Knicks and Thunder game yesterday, by the way, was a ton of fun. Shea with the game winner. But man, outside of Jalen Brunson, I'm not that intimidated. Not going to lie. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. Yeah, this team isn't that good. I think Detroit would have been more intimidating. We sweep them. That's not surprising. Let's take a look at how the playoff stats are going so far. Just curious. So we had 25 from Miller, 24 from Flag, 19 from Melo, and then 15 from Burns. So Burns is then, his regular season average. Now we get the Jazz. The Jazz. We have Rob Dillingham. So Rob Dillingham, Damian Sarr, Markkanen, Tobias Harris, Kessler, Keontae George. Dillingham, yeah, he's the Kentucky. Sometimes I get the Kentucky and Duke guards confused. Proctor's Duke, right? So, all right. Dillingham out of Kentucky. I was going to say, if Dillingham was from Duke, it's a rematch from yesterday. But no, he's from Kentucky. All right. Can we beat the Jazz to get a second championship in a row? 1-0, 2-0. It's looking low. Wait a minute. Do we beat them in 5? Yes, we do. So we get a second championship in a row. LaMelo Ball is your Finals MVP. I think it's only right we end this on a 3-peat if possible. So we got to go for the 3-peat, right? I can't end it on 2 in a row. We got to make the dynasty. We got to go 3 in a row. So not much traction is going to happen this offseason. It looks like we got to get a big man coach. Other than that, an assistant as well. Other than that, we are ready for next season. I'm just simply going to go try to get my 3rd championship in a row. It's that simple. So let's go see if James Marengo, who used to be the head coach of Charlotte, will sign here. He says no. He said, I ain't going back to being, an assistant. I, once upon a time, was the head coach there. All right, let's go straight past the draft. Let's go straight to player options, and let's see what we got to work with here. So, player options, we're going to accept all those. Qualifying offers. Brandon Miller, Nick Smith, both need to be paid. This team's about to get pretty expensive, but yeah, Landale's here. Wow, Brandon Miller wants $50 million. I mean, Nick Smith. What did you do last year? I don't know about that, Chief. Yeah, that's a little too much money for you, my friend. If you sign in a qualifying offer, that's fine, but I'm not going to just hand you $28 million. That's pretty wild. Although, I mean, I don't know. In the year of what, 2027, is it possible backup guards are getting that much money? I guess. Like, that's just because how much the salary cap continues to go up, but I can't willingly give this man that much money right now. So, Amari Bailey, Nick Smith, and Burns once again. This time he actually went up to an 85, so I guess I'll take it, whatever. So, let's go another season. Rooting for the 3-peat here to end this video off. This would be a beautiful start to April if we could do just that. So, I will see you guys at the end of year number, I think this is 5. Yeah, I believe it's 5 because we didn't make the playoffs the first 2 years. But let's see if we can go have ourselves another special season. So this year we won 70 games. Not too surprising based off the young core that we have and how much it's progressed. Like, I'm not shocked by that. Of course, this is for the 3-peat here to end this video on a beautiful note. Here are your player stats. You had 23 from Cooper Flag, 20 from Brandon Miller, 18 from Melo, 14 from Burns, 14 from Nick Smith. He's up to an 85 overall, so maybe he did deserve the money he asked for. I don't know. 11 for Miles Turner, 10 for Trey Mann, 9 for Mark Williams. I believe we should just go pretty easily back to the finals, but you never really know with this game. Somebody current round, and never mind. We get swept in round 1. Man, I was so confident, too. That's crazy. They have Embiid, Capella. Had a pretty good team. Damn, 3-peat was stumped. That sucks. All right, well, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Ton of fun, man. If you have not watched a single game of college basketball, I singly encourage you to watch the NC State and Purdue game. I feel like that game is going to be so much fun. Zach Edey, I don't know if he'll be good in the NBA either, but he is definitely a dominant player in college. DJ Burns, really good player in college as well. But ton of fun to do this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.